Welcome to the demonstration of the Fiber Plant Designer, a tool developed by Comsoft. During this video, I will show how to generate a first-to-build plan with the Fiber Plant Designer, how to make adjustments to this to-build plan, and how to calculate the bill of material with just a click on the button. First of all, this is the input of my calculation. We can see the building points with a certain demand for fiber and the street center lines. Now, let us do a first calculation of the distribution network. This means we will connect buildings to a distribution point. We will calculate all the cables, all the ducts to connect the buildings with the distribution point with a fiber. And this is now being done by a fiber plant, and this is the first result. We can easily see which buildings are connected to which distribution point, as the cables and the buildings have the same color. The user must now check each cluster and verify each cluster before moving on with the network design. Now, let's make an adjustment to this plan. For example, we want to move this building connected to the distribution point below. We want to connect it to this distribution point. We can visualize the distribution clusters, which are auto-generated by the software. I can remove the building from this cluster and add the building to this cluster. Now, let's say that also the location of this distribution point is not possible because of some field survey that we performed. So we just take the distribution point and we move the distribution point to, for example, the beginning of the street over here. I save the layer and I restart a calculation. So now Fiber Plant will have to recalculate moving the building to another cluster and also recalculate all the cables and ducts because we have moved the location of the distribution point. And as you can see, in just a few seconds time, this has been recalculated by the software. We can now also calculate the feeder network, connecting all the distribution points with a feeding cable to the central office. I will switch off some layers so you can easily see how the distribution points are being connected. This is now loading all the files. And we can see with the blue cables, I will switch off some information. So you can see with the blue cables how the distribution points are being connected to the central office. Now let's, for example, move the location of this central office to the edge of town and also recalculate the network. These kind of recalculations would take a huge amount of time if you are planning this manually. All the ducts on all the cables have to be recalculated, making optimal decisions, ensuring that the lowest amount of money is used for your deployment plan. And this is now possible with the Fiber Plant Designer. And in just a few seconds time, the whole network has been recalculated, making adjustments to the build plan. And now let's also open up the bill of material, listing all the equipment needed for this to-build plan. And this first sheet shows you an overview and a cost breakdown of the total cost for this project. We can see the total cost, we can see the cost being broken down for the different network layers, but we can also go into the details and see, for example, how many ducts we need of size 24 and size 12 in the distribution layer and the total cost associated with these ducts. This concludes the demonstration of the Fiber Plant Designer. If you have any questions regarding this demonstration, don't hesitate to contact me at luc.deheijn@comsoft.com. Thank you for your time.